Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and I am here today with an AEW tier list. I don't always do a lot of AEW stuff. I try to keep up with stories and stuff like that. So I'm gonna probably not know all of these people, but I wanted to do a tier list. I just did like a tier list on the WWE women and like how they rank inside the organization and just talent in general. So I thought I should do the AEW women's division. They honestly have a really stacked women's division, even though it doesn't seem like they always get as much like of a push out there. And yeah, I think it's kind of unfortunate because I think their division in general is still pretty stacked. I think some of these people might not be with the company or like on their way out, so I just gonna have to play it by ear because I see a couple that I'm not 100% sure on. I've heard rumors, I guess, but yeah, let's start with Abaddon. I like Abaddon's gimmick. I think her wrestling in general, or their wrestling, I think they're non-binary. I think their wrestling is pretty, like about middle of the road, I would say. Like it's not bad, it's not good. They kind of play like that monster type ability, or like gimmick. So like you don't always have to have the greatest like pure wrestling because you're gonna do clunkier, like wilder moves. I'll put it in B. I think they're pretty solid. Next up is Anna Jay. She really doesn't get a lot of screen time. I've seen a couple dark matches like back when like for I don't even know if they what elevation or what I don't even know what it was called at that time, but I've seen her in other matches and she's okay. I definitely think that she needs some more screen time if they're ever going to do anything with her. So I'd probably put her in D. I just think that she doesn't get the time of the day to really be highly rated here, at least for me as a casual fan. Athena, I think, is one of their best wrestlers. I think she just needs a better push. I know she's a forever champion down in ROH, but like she should be like main roster, top main event star type of thing, especially with the women's division that they have. Like she could be in there and just refresh everything from the start to the bottom, top to the bottom, because all people that she hasn't really feuded with. So I put her up in S tier. Next up is Britt Baker. She's one of those people I think that's on the way out with all of her backstage stuff. I think she's okay of a wrestler. I think like she had a lot like when she started, she was a lot better off. I don't know if that's necessarily with her wrestling or just her abilities of like getting people that she doesn't wrestle well with. But her match with Mercedes Money was really bad, but it was I think really bad on both of their parts. I'd probably put her in B. Like I think she's solid, but like there's definitely something there. Like either she's not happy being in AEW, and that's why she hasn't given it her all recently, or she just that's this is the best side. This is her ceiling. So I guess we'll see if she ends up going somewhere else. I couldn't really see her in the WWE to be honest, unless there was like some type of like storyline or something they wanted to. I don't think WWE is one of those organizations that necessarily will just turn away talent. It would have to be for a really good reason. Then we have Deanna Peraza. She did really good in TNA, and she was a great TNA champion. I don't really think she's done much in AEW. Like, I feel like this is kind of one of those drop the ball type of person. I don't think they've really done much with her. I've seen a couple matches with her in there, but it wasn't much. I'd probably put her in C just because of that. But I feel like if they gave her the type of respected time that they gave her in TNA, she probably would be like a top five wrestler in their organization, at least like skill and mic wise. I think she's pretty high up there, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I don't know who this is, so I'm assuming that she doesn't get a lot of screen time or anything. I just do not. Then we have Harley Cameron. I think she's definitely came into her own ever since that feud with Mercedes Moné. I think she's kind of limited right now because like she's kind of like a comedy act to a certain extent. I think she has solid wrestling, but I don't think she's ever really gonna get pushed super far if they only do that one side of things because it might get stale. I'd probably put her in C. I think she's starting to get better, but at least that's just my feeling. Then we have Emi Sakura, who is an absolute legend in Japan, but I don't feel like she's really used for much in AEW. And I don't really remember her being on AEW television anytime soon. I put her up in C also. I mean, she's a solid wrestler and solid, trainer. I think they should use her more, but they don't. Karashida is probably my favorite AEW wrestler, but she gets almost no screen time. I think personally I could put her in A just because I think she's really talented, but overall I just I don't know. I think for the AEW type of thing, I don't know. I don't like it because it's just, she does no screen time and no good matches anymore. So it just kind of feels off, and I kind of wish she'd just leave. Even if it's not AEW, if she goes back to Japan and do something, I think would probably be better. Jamie Hayter, I mean, she came back from injury, and I really thought they were going to give her a big push, but they kind of really didn't. I guess I'd put her in B. I don't really know what I'm rating most of this scale on. It's just more of like, I guess just like how AEW uses their people and like how much talent they have. Because like you could have a tremendous talent and be a Karashita is, but like because they don't give her matches or do anything, it's like they're kind of wasting it. Julia Hart is pretty young and really starting to get more and more talent. I'd probably put her in C. She's definitely going to be up there at some point. They just need to give her more matches and use her less as a manager. Camille, I feel like Camille is like definitely a like top 10 wrestler in their organization, but they don't use her ever, and she's on just no TV time right now. I don't think she's hurt either. I probably put Camille's time in AEW at D. Kira Hogan, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she's not even on TV. I don't think I've seen her in a long time. Put her down in D. Chris Statlander, she's been in and out of feuds. I don't think she's necessarily one of their top guys, unfortunately, because they don't really seem to be like turned to her a lot of the times. I'll put her in B. I mean, she's a solid wrestler. I just think AEW needs to use her more. Lana Gray, I've seen her in a couple of the pre-show matches. She's okay. I probably wouldn't put her much higher than D though. Layla Hurts, I'm pretty sure is gone. They didn't really use her that much out. Also, I do not know who this is. This is like one of two, I think, one or two or three people I do not know at all who she is. I'm gonna have to put her down D. Marissa May, who currently shows that she has a title here, even though Tori, Tony Storm's already got it back. I think she's up there into that A category. I think they need to give her the feuds that she deserved with that belt. That hopefully she'll get if she ever takes out Tony Storm again or something. I think she's kind of in that pivotal moment right now. Is like, does she keep staying up in that main event limelight, or does she all of a sudden fall back and we never see her again? The other person I realized I don't have on the list is Megan Bain, who just had a title match against um, Tony Storm. Why do I keep calling her Tori? I don't know. Then we got God, what, it's part of the Death Riders. I just completely, is it mean? Not Mina. Marina? No. Marina Shafir? Yeah. I just saw my first match with her. It was that mixed tag match with her and John Moxley versus Swerve Strickland and Willow. I think she did okay. I'll put her in C. She didn't really have much of an aura around her. Martinez, I don't think they use her anymore. I haven't seen her in forever. D. Mercedes Money, she's a good talent. I never can really get behind her fully because of the whole like she has creative control. So I'll put her in A as being talented and good on the mic. But man, does that kind of just suck that she has creative. I'm just completely fumbling on my words. Creative control. I don't know who this is. Then you've got the Queen. Yeah, Queen, Red Velvet. Okay, yeah. I was like, I saw the crown and stuff, but it threw me off. I forgot Red Velvet has the title. I for whatever reason, got them confused because I thought the title was on the opposite person. She's been doing pretty good on ROH. I've been watching a few of the ROH matches or like shows. I've been trying to keep up with a little bit more wrestling outside of the WWE, and I think she's done pretty solid. I'd put her in C. I think she's definitely rising up there. It's like weird because she's like one of the top wrestlers on ROH, and then she goes and does a random AEW match, and it's kind of a jobber up there. Red Velvet is a decent champion. I put her up in C. I think I'm gonna move some people around. I think I'd move Diana Peraza up a little bit. Probably move Hater up a little bit. I'll put Karashita and Rishimay up in S tier. I mean, they deserve it. Then we got Riho, I think, who's been hurt, unfortunately. So I'll go put her in D. When she comes back, I think she'll get a nice push. Ruby Riot also is pregnant, so she's not in there. Saray, I think, honestly, is left the company. I put her also down in D because she's not around. Serena Deeb, I just don't think has that like aura or anything. Like she was in that feud for a while there, and for like the title, and I just could not care less. I'd probably put her also in D. Sky Blue, I think, is a pretty good young talent, but they don't really tend to use her right now. I don't know if she's still hurt. I'm blanking on her name. I think is it Ty Mello? Yeah, it's Ty Mello, right? I haven't seen her in a bit. I think I've seen her like more in outside promotions. Then Valkyrie, again, not really used. I just don't know. Thunder Rosa was a really good talent for them. They don't tend to use a lot of this roster a lot of the time. Tony Storm, character work, I definitely would put her in S. Rain work, I think, is like in the A's. Willow, I think, also is a pretty good S tier wrestler. She's really good, has like a good like vibe to her and a good gimmick. And Yuka, I really like. I wouldn't really call her an AEW talent, but for that, I'll put her up in A. And yeah, we see Mina Shirakawa also coming here soon. I think she'd be hopefully towards the top, and hopefully they can recapture this because like the division itself is not bad. Like we got a lot of solid wrestlers. Even the wrestlers you say like you see in the C tier could easily be like presented and pointed towards the main event or even the mid card scene. It's just they need to have that time and those feuds and that time on the mic, which they rarely get in AEW. So I guess this is my women's tier list. I could also do the men. I feel like with the men's side, there's a lot of like talent, but not a lot of character work, except for a few of the top guys. So it makes it a little bit harder to rate to me because it's like, well, this guy's a good wrestler, and like that's most of them. At least some of these wrestlers I've seen their full body of work and seen other promotions, that makes it a little easier, I guess. But yeah, this has been my AEW tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.